Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be covering merge sort, which is slightly different than the other sorting algorithms that I have covered in the previous videos. All the search algorithms, insertion sort, bubble sort, and selection sort had time complexity of O(n) square, but merge sort is different in even the time complexity, and it works differently than what other sorting algorithms work. So I'll first walk you through how the merge sort works, and then I will do a quick implementation. I will also be using two JavaScript specific functions that I will explain about before implementation of the code. Let's understand this concept of merge sort with an example. As the name suggests, merge and sort. So we need to achieve sorting using some sort of merge techniques. Let's take an example of some numbers 8, 6, 2, 1. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to also an important thing, merge sort is a recursive sorting algorithm. Okay, 2 and 3. What I am going to do is I need to split this array in two halves. Let's call it the left portion and the right portion. This is my left portion and this is my right portion. Sorry. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to recursively keep on splitting the left and right portions until unless there is no more split possible. So this was an array of length 4. I was able to split it in half by 2 elements in the left portion and 2 elements in the right portion. Now again I call the split function on left portion of the array, and what I get is 8 and 6. Okay. Now since it cannot be split further beyond 8 and 6 because there are only one numbers. Now what happens is we return from here. When we return, both are returned as a form of an array. Both are returned in a form of an array 6 and 8. Now there is a merge function, and merge function what it would do is it would look into both the arrays one by one. It will let's say this is my left array and this is the right array. Merge function needs to pick one element from each and needs to compare which one is greater. Is the left element smaller than right element? If yes, then it needs to place the element picked from the left array into a separate array. If not, then it can place the element from the right array. So whichever is the lesser element, that would be placed into the new array, which is my merged array. Okay. And once the array is empty, either left or right, like there might be a possibility here we see that both have same length, one element each. There might be a possibility where the arrays are of not equal length. So this is one important thing that we need to remember, that arrays might not be of equal length, and once any one of the array is exhausted, then we need to just append the leftovers in the end of this array that we are constructing. So if I have to explain this in JavaScript way, it's like if your merged array is like merged array, then you can just spread your leftovers in the left array and right array. Okay, and we need not worry about like the sequences within these arrays because they will individually be sorted. Right, will left will be sorted, right will be sorted in itself. And if like any one of them is already finished, then there will be nothing. So like by doing this way in single sentence, you are avoiding to check like which one I need to merge. So I'm just merging everything, and if there's nothing in the array, it's okay. Leftovers will be appended in the end of merged array. Now this merged array would be returned from here, which would be 6 comma 8. Now till this left portion, merge sort is completed. If let's say we only had two numbers 8 and 6, then we have already sorted them, and the final result is 6 comma 8. Now we need to sort the right portion of the array, and this is going to work in exactly same way. 2 1, they will be split into two different arrays until unless it cannot be further divided, 2 and 1. And now from here it returns back. You compare the left array and right array and put them into the merged sorted array. Now what you have to do is you have to uh, merge both right and left arrays. So from the left side we have 6 comma 8, and from the right side we have 1 comma 2. Now our merge program or merge function is going to take one number at a time from both 0 and 1. We will gonna pick 1 because 1 is smaller than 6, and we will remove this from here. And now again we are going to compare the first element in the left array with the first element in the right array. We have already removed 1, that's why I am calling 2 as a first element in this array. So this is like a shift function. Whatever number you pick, you delete that number from the array. Now again I see that 2 is smaller than 6, so I just place 2 over here. Now this my right portion of the array is completely over. There are no more elements. Then I can simply just merge the left portion. Okay, so 6 comes here, it comes here. Now they are in the sorted order. That is it for the merge sort working. Let me quickly cover these two JavaScript functions which I'll be using in this implementation. So one of them is shift and one is splice. As we see from the documentation, the splice function changes the contents of an array by removing or replacing the existing elements. So during my implementation, I'll not be using it for replacing or deleting. Yes, delete will be happening because I'll be extracting some portions of the array. Like when I take the left portion out of the array, then whatever is left in the array is the right portion. So that is what I'll be using splice function for. And then second function is the shift function, which pops the first number out of the array and also deletes it from the array itself. So if there are like three elements 1 2 3, if you call shift, then one is returned and also deleted from the original array. These are the two functions that I'll be using during the merge sort implementation. Now let's quickly implement the merge sort in JavaScript. Let's start by writing a function called merge sort. This accepts an array, and since merge sort is a recursive algorithm, it is important to take a note of what is the terminal condition. When do you have to return from the recursion and no longer call the same function so as to not end up in a infinite loop. So here, as I explained during the explanation, that you need to return when there are no more items which can be that array can be further divided. Okay, so that means if there is only one item in the array, and that is when you can return. Okay, otherwise what you do is you take the mid 10th by 2, and then you need to call merge sort on the left portion of this array, which I can do using splice function. And I explained how the splice function works. So I need to take out the array from 0 to mid index, and let me collect the sorted left array in a variable called left array. Now I need to do a similar thing for the right portion of the array. Call it right, and I don't need to use splice because elements have been already deleted. So whatever is the elements that were supposed to be in the right portion would only be left in the array. That's why I am just using the ARR over here. Now I prefer to keep the merge functionality in a separate function. Let's call it do merge. This accepts my left array and the right array, and we have to run till the time there are elements in both the arrays. And we also need a temporary array where we will store our merged sorted numbers. Now here I need to compare if the first element in the left array is smaller than the first element in the right array or not. If yes, then I'm going to delete that number from the original array and put it in the merged array. That I can do using the shift function that we spoke about earlier. So what it would do, it will take out the first number and it will also delete it from the original array. I made a mistake above. I need to use the push function. And now once any one of the array is finished, then we can just combine everything and return. Let's yeah. So I need to call do merge, return do merge of left array and the right array. Let's test it out by passing some sample data. Okay, I have not done the console log, so let me do the console log. Okay, so we see the numbers are in the sorted uh, sequence. That is it for this video. The implementation is short and easy, but then there can be minor mistakes. So we have to take care of these terminal conditions, and that we are deleting the element while pushing it into the uh, temporary merged array, and we are combining and all the leftovers. Like sometimes it uh, there are a chance like somebody just return the merged array over here and forget about the leftovers in either right or left array. So these are the common mistakes that happen. That's it. Thank you for watching.